We're live and live from East Pentlala. It is very awkward looking at the camera because I always want to look at the screen. It's complicated here, people. So, big announcement. Steve is late. There we go. He made it back. He made it back.
I'm on mobile because my internet sucks and I haven't figured out, even if I have Northern Sky, to even think about Starlink. Yeah, I've had some truck problems, as y'all know, in the last day. So I've been fighting all that all day today.
Don is blaming me for that anyway.
I would.
I get blamed for everything, even when I'm not even there. So we have a lot of stuff to cover.
We have a ton of stuff to cover, and I don't have the agenda with me, so I'm going to kind of wing it from memory and see if I
All
can
right.
do it all.
Well, I can give you the agenda, but let's get all
Okay.
this stuff first.
All right.
Aloysius has been a member for 15 months. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Thank you. You rock.
Mr. Cooley has been a member for 4 months. The
Let's see what they're
Don
doing.
has been a member for 55 months.
Sweet. Don is awesome.
I can't believe these numbers. And Andy has been a member for 53 months. Andy, I would not abide that. I'm just saying.
So there was a reckoning a while back. So I'm glad that you guys have actually renewed and come back strong. I appreciate that.
We're not done. Hold on.
Keep going.
Awesome. Hold on. Vernon Wires has been a member for 12 months.
He's in BK land too.
He must be in Tomorrowland, yeah.
Or ZL land. No offense.
Either way.
Right.
David, KD9WTA, has been a member for 20 months. And Iowa Andy, as opposed to UK Andy, has been a member for 26 months.
Yeah, wow.
And Don handed out 5 memberships before the show.
And you said Kathy got one.
And Kathy Thompson got one.
Hi, Kathy.
Let's see. I need to move that window where I can read it easier. Let's see who all got the memberships. Hank, Iowa Hank, got a membership. Nice. Ted W. 7193 got a membership. Kathy Thompson 783. Clancy Gidney 9681 got a membership, and Sean Fischera got a membership.
Awesome.
I still have the Echo TO.
I don't.
Okay.
Turn on echo cancellation on StreamYard and see if it helps on your side.
Yeah. Are you on a speaker? You're using your buds.
No, I'm on my monitors.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Well, that was way better audio. It was louder.
I don't know what it is, but if I push them harder into my ears, which you're not supposed to do in the first place, the microphone audio improves for some reason.
Let's see. Stephen has been a member for 24 months. My Northern Nemesis has been a member for 28.
Double N.
James KI5OEB has been a member for 39 months. Good Lord, people.
The Okie. Oklahoma
and Kansas Jeffrey has been a member for 12 months.
Thank you, Jeff.
Wow. All y'all, thank y'all. All y'all.
Yeah, so YouTube a while back wiped out everybody's membership, which is why our friend Andy, who's been a member for 6 years, is only showing up for 55 months. So
don't put up with it, Andy.
Months. Yeah.
Reach out to YouTube and tell them you will not stand for this.
Yes, your voice needs to be heard.
Right. Okay. So we have a lot of things going on. And you want me to just prompt you with all this stuff, or
unless you want to do the talking?
No, but I need to pop up the right Discord window. And I'm on
when you're 97 different monitors.
2 computers and 5 different monitors, literally. Okay.
So while you're doing that, I'll do this one thing. Everybody's putting up their membership milestone chats because this is the last day of June. This is the last day you get to use them, and if you remember, you get a free super chat. Is what it looks like. And I appreciate each and every one of you in green text, which is one of our agenda items, is for me to say thank you so I don't forget. Not that I would forget y'all.
DeLorean awesome. 58, W0 UQJ. That is hard to say.
It probably has an awesome CW weight.
But that is a magnificent beard. Magnificent.
Yes.
Truly.
Yes, it is.
Oh my Lord, they keep coming in. Christopher Schulte. 2 months. And KB7YS has been a member for 5 months.
Nice.
Hamman, Connecticut has been a member for 10 months.
Is he one of the Scots, right?
I cannot remember, and I've talked to him in email a bunch, and I don't remember. You might be. Are you a Scott, Hamman? I think. Bricker House Chris is showing up as a new member.
Welcome.
What's up, Brick? Okay, so the first thing you have on your agenda is thanks to the members, ask for new members.
I did that.
You want to do the giveaways now? We're going to postpone them till later.
It depends on, do you want to do them? Listen, this is where it gets awkward because I'm in the truck, so I can't do the giveaways myself, but you're also doing the presentation tonight.
Well, I'm going to get to StreamYard and set it up at least.
So do the easy thing. What would this look like if it was easy, Jim? That's my motto in life. What would this look like if it was easy?
Well, let's give away some stuff. Hopefully they won't all leave right away.
Awesome. Yeah, they're only here for the giveaways. All 101 of them.
Right.
Ooh. Watch it be backwards. Is it written backwards? It looks backwards to me.
No, it's forward here. Remember, we discussed this. Even if StreamYard shows it backwards, they show it forwards. I don't even.
It's a beanie. It's a weather appropriate beanie from Chameleon Antennas.
Right.
Chameleon sent in a whole bunch of stuff to give away, and I'm trying to give it away as soon as I can find leftover shipping bags to ship it in, or leftover shipping boxes. I do have some other stuff to give away, but it's too big and doesn't have a box, so I gotta buy some more stuff to do videos on, so I have more boxes from Amazon, so I can send more stuff out.
No, Don, that is not the keyword. There's the keyword, Don. Beanie bang. That's what we say in the IT business. Bang, not exclamation point.
That's too many letters. Too many syllables.
Right.
Syllables.
Exclamation point. Yeah, I'm tired saying it already. All right, so while that's cooking, what are we doing tonight, Steve? Intro topic.
So we have this thing that a viewer, a very important person, a VIP reached out. It's called the RF Power Nanny. And he's from a .nl domain, which is Netherlands.
Yep.
Yeah. So thank you to all my Netherlands viewers. And what this thing is supposed to do, this is where it gets really awesome. It is a power meter, just like any other power meter, until it gets the added feature of having a USB port on the back of it or on the side of it. Jim has it. I haven't seen it. And what this will allow you to do is not only see your power on your screen and on your computer screen, your cell phone screen, whatever, it will data log your power. And it's going to be really neat to do like an SSB QSO and watch the power levels go up and down with your voice. Oh, we're drawing already. Awesome.
We're only an hour these days, so we got to move this along. Ain't got time. Hacks with Axe.
Oh, and it is mentioned in the description, this is US only, unless you'd like to pay for shipping of your high quality embroidered beanie. But we got Hacks with Axe.
Drop me a DM in Discord, because I know you're in there. Drop me a DM in Discord with your real call sign and name, unless you want to ham this forward.
Yeah, because I need to be able to get it to you, so I need your details.
Yeah, your government name, not what your dad called you when you mess with his tool set. Okay, so we're gonna draw again. Here we go. Same keyword. It's kind of a high-speed show tonight because we want to get to the technical stuff.
High speed, low drag.
That's right.
That's my second motto.
And William Heinemann Dunn. I am sure that is 3 names. William Heinemann Dunn. So William Heinemann Dunn, I need your deets.
Yeah. So it's actually German. You know, they just add syllables.
Right. And I probably said that wrong. And at least if you're good on QRZ, drop your call sign in the chat so I can copy it somewhere real quick. Or give it to Frank if you trust people from California. Not judging. I wouldn't trust Frank. Anyway.
I trust Frank, but not people from California.
William, I am he, and E-Man done. Okay, Bricker. All right. Yes, the second giveaway was another beanie.
You know, I've had it up to here with Frank.
I see what you did there. I've had it up to here
with a picture of me and Frank together.
Right. Okay. Yeah, Frank is KG6NLW in the chat right now. He is good on the ZKI5ZIH. Thank you, William. I am making a copy of that right now.
I can't even scroll the chat. This is ridiculous.
Boom.
I am chatless tonight.
Don't you have a tablet?
I do not, actually. I've been wanting to get one. It's on the list.
Don't buy the cheapest Android tablet you can find, please.
Now you just ruined the video idea. You just gave it away. I bought the cheapest 10-inch tablet at Walmart. It's $99.
I have a cheap
actually
10-inch Android tablet, son. I'll send it to you. It's a POS. It's a Samsung.
Really?
It's a junk. It's junk. It's so damn slow. It's unusable. It just annoys the piss out of me if I even try to use it. I hate
What is
it.
it, like an A9 or something?
It's probably 5 to 8 years old, but my old ass iPad is still way the hell faster than that thing.
So they changed something about the way computer vendors work, and I don't like this. So 10 years ago, I'm putting stupid numbers on the page. 10 years ago, I got a Samsung Galaxy S7, the flagship phone from the flagship phone company on the Android lineup. And okay, fine. I've kept this phone for 5 years. 5 years of technological innovations have gone by. I should be able to buy the cheapest, slowest, cheapest, slowest, newest Samsung model of phone, and it should be exactly the same speed. No, it's slower than a 5-year-old phone.
Mm-hmm.
That should not be a thing.
I am an iPhone person. I'm an iPad person. I have Macs. I have Windows. I have Linux boxes. I'm kind of OS agnostic. None of them truly piss me off that much. But for my phone and my tablet use, having used Android tablets and Android phones, I would never buy another Android tablet or phone again. And I don't care if Google makes it like it's the Pixel 27A or whatever their current one is, because I've had such a shitty experience out of all the Androids.
The only thing I don't like about the Apples is when Apple kills them remotely, they are dead. You can't do anything with them.
Apple does not kill them remotely. They just don't get upgrades anymore. There's a difference. Right. I'm not arguing with you that it gets problematic. Absolutely. But
the other
I've bitched about that myself. So
yeah, the other part that adds that is the App Store / Play Store. It's a Android and Apple problem. You can't download a piece of software 10 years ago, because Androids are old at this point, and still use it today. You can't find it. It doesn't work with the new devices. The new devices won't allow you to use it. And if that company still exists, you can still download the newest version of the software, but it's missing whatever feature you liked 10 years ago. And not like, PC software. I can download Windows 3.1. I can download MS-DOS 2. I've done it, and install it on a computer and run it today. Can't do that with tablet or smartphone apps, unless you're lucky enough to get an APK.
I don't have any problems. The problem I've always had with Apple is I have a 2012 Mac Pro, which is a dual 6-core Xeon machine, dual 12-core, so I can get 24 cores. I don't remember. I have a lot of cores. And it won't officially run the newest Mac OS, and it's an Intel. And having been through this when they switched off the Motorola and went to Intel, they ran them dual for a couple of years, and then they quit upgrading the Motorola procs at all, got rid of that abstraction layer to run both processors. And they're fixing this is the last OS that will run on an Intel Mac, because you have to have Apple Silicon going forward next year. So my MacBook Pro I just bought a couple of months ago, that's an Intel one, will not be upgradable-ish. Depends. I don't know. And now this back here is a trash can. That's a 2013 Mac Pro. And somebody mentioned in the chat, this runs Linux like a boss. Like a boss. This thing screams.
Over 10 years old.
This is a 2013. This is a 12-year-old Mac. And the 13-year-old Mac I still have running the current Sequoia. And it should run the new one, Tahoe or whatever they're calling it. But its days are numbered on Mac OS, which is a shame. But it is what it is. And I'll throw Linux on it when I can't upgrade it anymore. Okay, we've digressed, and we
A
both
lot.
ranted a lot.
Yes. Unbox this thing. No, you already did.
Yeah, it's already unboxed. We'll get there. We have other things. We need to talk about licensing, which
We
was
do.
today.
No,
And is this not the fourth Monday of the month?
this is the fifth Monday of the month, and I was all set to
Oh,
do the
that's
Q&A
right.
show, but it's the fifth Monday of the month, which is an odd thing. So next Monday is the Q&A show. Don't be drunk and over 4th of July weekend and entering stuff into the form
Right.
in the chat in the description, because we're going to have to answer these questions live. So if you ask stupid questions, we will give you stupid answers. Great. I've prompted them to ask me stupid questions.
Right. There will be drunk questions entered in the Google form. The questionnaire is available in our trusty roadie that we
Yes.
don't let on camera. We'll put those in the chat or the link. He's already got the ham licensing session link.
Yeah,
And
because
there's the
we
Google
changed
form for
topics
the
real
first
fast.
Monday. Go ahead.
So it was me. I did it. So I apologize. But the ham licensing session, this is actually going to be interesting. In July, the boys from Spec 5, Daniel, and I can't remember the other guy's name because it's been a busy day. I apologize. They want to do their ham license test live. And
Ooh.
it's gonna be interesting. It's a Zoom session, so we'll bring them in, we'll get them started. We will take them off camera because that's probably
Okay.
the safest thing to do. Let them
Yeah.
take their test, bring them back, pass or fail, and see what we hear from them, see how they feel, answer any newbie questions that they have. And Spec 5 is the Meshtastic company that sells all the Meshtastic products that are fantabulous. So that's going to be an interesting show when they're ready to do it. So it's the fourth Monday in July that we're going to do that live. So we'll talk about ham testing, and we'll go through some ham testing. We'll
Cool.
talk about the Toads VE Club and Ham Radio Clubhouse guys too, I guess.
And how you can be a VE recruit. Ping me or that guy or AFL, and we'll get that going. That's through GLARG, Greater Los Angeles Area Radio Group, Amateur
Yeah.
Association Radio. I don't know what that acronym
Sure.
means. GLARG. Toad's Discord.
Link at the top of the chat.
Link at the top of the.
because the camera's backwards.
Yeah, that's damn it. Over there, that top of the chat, there
You're
should be a
pointing
link.
wrong to me.
See, it's pointing right to me. I'm pointing directly at the chat here. It's
not my usual streaming setup.
It gets weird. Greater
So
Los
this is the
Angeles
wrong
Amateur
direction.
Radio Group. Yeah,
That's the wrong direction. This is where I point at home. This is where I point in the car.
See, to me, you're pointing the wrong way. Because the chat's over here on this shoulder of me. And you're on this shoulder. I'm doing it that way so there's no confusion about which shoulder I'm lifting.
Yeah. You're on this shoulder and the chat is over there.
That is
you
just
and the
bizarre.
chat.
Well, I could flip my camera, but then I wouldn't be looking at you. It'd make me look like I'm looking away.
It's
okay, first Monday questionnaire, Toad's Discord. Field day results. Did you want to talk about field day?
A lot of our participants posted their bulletins for their field day exercises here as a major news outlet and got credit for that. So I was just wondering if anybody wanted to talk about how awesome their field day was in the chat while we're going on. So, y'all talk amongst yourselves. I can't see the chat because
mine was weather inclement problems most of the weekend.
Too hot?
No, too freaking rainy or thundery or lightning-y. Let's see. Toad swap meet. You have that listed.
Yeah. There's a swap meet section on the Toads Discord. If y'all have stuff to sell, y'all are itching to buy something. You got gear acquisition syndrome, like we do. If this is the Gear Acquisition Syndrome Anonymous meeting Monday nights, 7 p.m. Central.
Right.
If you have too much gear and want to give us a special deal on it, then that's where we do that too.
It was exciting here last night. Saturday, it kept threatening to storm on and off during the day. And I was getting weather alerts that lightning was in 10 miles, right? So I'm not going to set up anything. And I managed to I did some FT8 contacts because I did that in here as 1D. And yesterday my plan was to be 1E with a radio outside. And I had a video I was also working on, and everything was, if it could go wrong yesterday, it did. I got one contact. but I logged him. So
I can see the one comment about, it's from Grouch, of course. Grouch, you don't like any truck, let alone a Ford. But I took the truck to the mechanic today, and his advice was to turn it in and go buy another Ford. And in order of mechanic appreciation, this is mom and pop shop in the middle of Colorado somewhere, was Ford, then Dodge, then if you have no choice, get the Chevy and don't tell anybody you did it. Don't tell anybody you did it.
mm-hmm. I'm on my second Ford truck.
All cars have problems.
Yeah. It's like all operating systems have problems.
All radios have problems.
Yeah. All right. We are to the dingus.
Awesome.
Frank, have you got a link for the RF Power Nanny thing? Oh, actually, I can post it. Let me copy
I think I
that.
sent it to him. I sent him the same thing I sent you.
He says he does not.
I would love a Peterbilt, James. That is the ultimate answer. I don't think that my wife would drive it.
All right.
That'd be funny, her going out to get groceries in a Peterbilt
Power
bobtail.
Nanny.
Toyota doesn't make one big enough to tow what I'm towing. And there aren't any American cars by American manufacturers made in America. You can only get Japanese cars and German cars made in America. Oh, and some Korean cars, I think.
Okay. This is the dingus, and we're going to have a live view here in a minute. And Frank, thank you for posting that link. Right. Ronnie, I would not recommend anybody buy a used ambulance except for a second car, ham mobile or something.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
The way we drove those things.
That's how I drive every day.
Well, I know it kind of is too, but the difference is a used bus probably has a couple 100,000 miles like that on it.
The last good BMW I owned was a 1991 E30. I put 400,000 miles on it.
Oh, wow.
And I raced it for 6 years straight. And drove it 3 hours a day to work.
And if y'all can't hear it, there's lightning here in the area. Again. Still. Yet. Because it's the day ending in Y. So this is the dingus. I'm gonna switch to overhead camera in a minute. But this is the gadget we're going to take a look at. This is the RF Power Nanny. And once we set this up on the Wi-Fi, you can web the Wi-Fi. You can web into it. There's also an app available for iOS and Android as well. So you can look at this live on either your computer or your mobile device. Either way. And I doubt that this happens tonight, but this apparently can do data logging and some other stuff because they have the API exposed for you to do your own stuff with. Nice. So one of you guys who are way smarter than I am can probably figure out how to do that.
This is what we need, is modern software developers to get interested in ham radio. So we got to stop being grumpy and send them away. We got to welcome them in with open arms and encourage them to make new software for us to play with.
So this is the specs. It has upgradable firmware over the air, an integrated frequency counter, a fully shielded directional coupler, USB-C for connectivity and power, a web app, as I mentioned, client server, simple to use API for easy integration. So this is probably something you could get to with Python fairly easily, I would imagine. I don't know. And if you want to get really weird, you can share your location and what you're doing through their Look Who's Talking cloud service.
Huh.
I think one APRS that's kind of weird is enough, but this will run off a USB-C. This will also run off of, it comes with a JST connector and 2 bare wires, so you can stick a battery in it or on it either way. Nice. And it does not draw, as you can see here, much current at all. This thing sips current. And they specifically mentioned in their documentation, you can use a power pack all day or plug it in the wall, whichever. So 6 to 9 volts at 106, 9 volts at 130 milliamps would be math that I'm not going to try and do. And what's interesting about this is it also does N, not just G Wi-Fi. But that's
So you said it's
still,
a 9-volt power connection?
it says 6 to 9 volts, 15 volts max. So
Oh,
you could run
15
this
volts
off
max.
your ham shack power supply.
Okay. Because that's important.
We'll look at it in a second.
Because I
There's it
have a ham shack power supply.
right. Anyway, so there's the webpage. Frank has posted that in the comments. So if y'all want to go see that, you can go take a look at that. And now, let me entertain you.
Are you not entertained?
I was just thinking that in my head. Let's see, extra camera. The problem with using this camera is it's in front of the monitor, so I have to kind of look around the dang camera to see the monitor.
Yeah, the best place to put a camera is right in front of your face. The worst place to put a camera is right in front of your face.
Right in front of your face, yes. The
So I
overhead
moved
is
that up to position 1 for you, but if you choose view number 4 at the bottom, that makes that one big and keeps us on the side.
well, we've
That-
disappeared.
That is not view number 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. There we go.
Counting is hard.
I'm in fear for my life. I don't know if y'all can hear this. The lightning is popping around here again.
I guess we're testing into a dummy load.
Yeah, maybe. We might. I've got it set up. I can pop it up. So this is the Dingus, and there's not much to it.
On the outside.
There's no display. Now, is this backwards to y'all?
No, I can read it right.
Okay, because it's showing me backwards. I don't really know what this little... Is that a card? No, it's...
Decoration.
I guess it looks like an SD card would go in there.
Look at me with my old man stare.
And because we're on Nuggets, I have not actually looked at most of the directions.
This is the way to do it. Plug it in.
Yep. So this will run off a USB-C, so that's what I'm going to light it up with.
Does it only have one USB-C port?
I'm trying to find the USB-C port. I guess that's what this... I mean, that is... How in the...
On the side?
There it is.
Yeah.
Ooh. I was like, if that's USB-C, that connector ain't going to work.
So that's actually a metal case?
Yes, it is metal.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And that makes sense for a device like this.
So once it's on, and this will run, I'm running this on a battery pack. Once it's on, it goes into Wi-Fi setup mode. So what we're going to do is I'm going to connect it to my Wi-Fi. Okay, I'm not going to fool with sharing that. It'll take forever. So it's supposed to come up as an AP, and then I'm going to join it to my Wi-Fi when it shows up.
You're not going to do that on your main computer joined to its access point because that's going to take you off stream.
I'm on wired. I have.
You've got 2 connections. Look at you salty dog.
I am an IT professional. But so far, it hasn't showed up. All right. While we're waiting on that thing, it also comes with some documentation, including a QR code for setup and a customer report that shows the calibration and power sampling that they did.
Is that factory calibration? Does that make sense to you? I see VCal, but that's a number that...
Well, so he's saying he input 5 watts at 1.81. He read 5.85. At 14, he read 5.4. And at 28, he read 5.3. So close enough for ham, right?
No, he's got 100 watts on there. Oh, no, not 1,500 watts. No.
Yeah, 100 watts. So he read 101, 101, and 100.7. So yeah. Samples were produced using a 710 connected to a dummy load. And then there is a calibration chart here, which shows the power levels at the different frequencies, I think.
Well, that's his first mistake, connecting it to a Yaesu.
Right.
Chuck's
Probably
not going
needed
to say that out loud.
Probably needed a firmware update. And then we have a QR code, which I will hold on the camera, and you may be able to scan that. I don't know.
Yeah, you can scan that.
So scan on, people. Hurry up. Chip chop. Get them phones up there. Scan on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Tired of it. So that is
It's too
it.
heavy to
Now,
hold up.
huh?
It was too heavy to hold up.
It was. It was taxing me. But now I need to get it on the Wi-Fi, and it is not going. And there's no buttons to push on this thing. I wonder if this is already connected to something. So let me pull up the documentation.
You can't burn it up yet. I got to do the static video on it too.
Let's see.
Aloysius is telling you to press star.
Ah,
And he's now Aloysius 73. Was he always Aloysius 73? Did you change your name, bro?
all right. Since we're not getting anywhere, let's take a look at the instructions.
Instrucciones.
Share screen. Failure is always an option. Okay, so connect your radio and antenna, which I don't have connected at the moment. Facing your Power Nanny, connect your radio to the left side and your antenna to the right. All right. How do I want to do this? That is the
Good thing they put
radio.
that picture in there because I can't tell left from right.
Yeah. Well, it has a label on it that says antenna and one that says radio. So I don't know. My Wi-Fi hasn't showed up yet. So let's hook this thing up.
Hamlick maneuver. That's a cool name.
Don, that's one of the funniest things you've ever said. And that's the radio side.
If you're watching and you're from Colorado, I apologize, but Colorado drivers suck.
You haven't driven in Montgomery, Alabama?
So I pulled out yesterday into traffic. I pulled into the merge lane. I noticed that the slow lane was clear, and I'm driving a fast enough vehicle that it was fine. So I pulled into the slow lane, and the guy who was behind me, not in my way in the slow lane, accelerated and got between me and the car next to me. And I'm like, screw this. I'm moving back over onto the shoulder so that you don't kill all three of us.
All right, power. The red power light should turn on immediately, and the blue info LED should turn on after about 2 seconds and start blinking after about 10. It's
You had the
supposed to be.
fast blink.
Yep. It's not throwing Wi-Fi.
And I'm at a traffic light right now. And the red light is here. And when you go through the light, there is a 2-lane to 1-lane merge. And so this is a drag race. And I've just been watching people drag race the entire time. People who shouldn't be drag racing. A guy with a 3/4 ton pickup truck and a pallet full of something heavy that was 8 foot tall in his truck bed, drag racing another person.
Let's see if it shows up on my phone. Power Nanny. Okay. Not showing up on.
Computer again.
No, this is a Mac. This is M2 Pro.
So they bury that. So you have the popular networks that you've already connected to, and then you have to go to like more networks or something on the drop
Yeah.
down.
Yeah, it works on the Mac the same way it does on iOS, basically. It'll show all the available networks it sees, but it is not seeing Power Nanny. So I'm going to join it from my phone. Open a browser on your PC and go to powernanny.local. This is awkward. Powernanny.local. 2 N's in nanny. Because once we have it connected to my Wi-Fi, then we can take a look at it. RF Power Nanny reports it could not connect to your Wi-Fi. Would you like to set up your Wi-Fi credentials? Yes, I would. Select network. Skynet. Yes, that's really my Wi-Fi, people. You have to type your password twice, and unfortunately, it shows that. Save and restart.
See a concrete pumper truck giving it his all.
And it says it's doing the thing right now, so we'll see.
Which, if you've seen a concrete pumper truck, his all ain't much.
PowerNanny.local. Boom! Shaka laka. All right,
Awesome.
I'm
Share
I'm
that
gonna
screen now.
I'm gonna kill the overhead camera so I can get it out of my way and see the dang screen. Thank you, Jesus. That was all right. So now let's share. I was boom shaka locking, and you guys didn't see the screen. So there is a live screen from PowerNanny.local.
Nice.
Right there. And as I am hooked to a radio and as there is lightning, please pray for me.
Folded hands. Everybody give Jim the folded hands emoji in the chat. Oh, look at that. Oh, that is slick.
There we go.
So what are you transmitting?
I'm just CW carrier.
And you have it set to 32 watts on 707 something?
I have it set to 707.8 and my power is at 25 according to the radio. 25%, but
And what radio is this?
this is 7200.
Okay. ICOM's percentage is not equal to power, and it's also not linear.
Yeah, no. It's the 7300 is the same exact way.
If you set it to 0% power output, you still have RF going out of the wire.
All right, there's L.
2 watts?
2 watts. And then if I turn it, there's 1.
So it goes L1 through 10?
No, it goes L1 through 100. So that's
Wow.
1. So if I crank it up to 100, hopefully this won't smoke your dingus.
Ooh, there you go. It's red.
We'll not do that much. We'll crank that way back down. Yeah. All right. So now what else can we do with this screen? Oh, this is the logging. Okay, look here.
45 says 0% on the 7100 is, it scrolled. Dang it. 2 watts.
I'm not getting anything on this chart.
Well, the color graph at the bottom moved.
Yeah, but I would have thought it would oh, that popped it out. We didn't want to do that.
They're asking if your SWR is high. Do you have an SWR reader on that?
Yeah, no, it's not. It's 1.
Oh, at the bottom. 6.7?
No,
Is
it's
that the
not
red
what.
number at the bottom?
That's supposedly my reflected power. The tuners and the radio's not saying that at all.
Huh. Did you have it wired in the right direction?
This is wired after the tuner.
No, I don't mean that. I mean the power going into the RF nanny is going into
Yes,
the inside.
this is yeah. The black wire I hooked up is the TX line that's coming from the radio, and antenna is the gold cable going outside to the lightning. So average power, peak power, scale 100 watts.
This is pretty slick.
So let's go with peak power, peak sample time. Let's change our scale down to 25 watts. Since I've got this set to 14.
So what is that saying? I can't read it. I'm on.
Well, the scale is 25. It's not really saying anything. It's just showing the graph.
Well, you're in the data logging screen, so it doesn't have to.
Station. We're on the current firmware.
What are you looking
Advanced.
for now?
I'm looking to see what all the drop downs show us.
Oh, okay. I can't see any of the drop downs.
Yeah, and the chat has scrolled past me. Guys, I'm sorry if you're talking to me in the chat. I'm missing 90% of it because I'm not looking at this thing. Doc Brad dropped a $4.99 super chat.
Hey, Doc.
I'm making a shirt with a picture of Jim lighting up yesterday that says, I smoke more. Damn it, get out of the way. I smoke more than finals.
Nice. So they were asking what this thing does. It does data logging of your key down, your power out, and then you can share that, and it has some type of social feature where you can see who's using
Yeah.
the RF Power Nanny now.
That it says I told it I'm sharing.
Does it say what frequencies it's good for?
Yeah, 30 and below, 30 megahertz and below.
So
it will,
HF only.
HF, true HF only, not 6 meters.
Okay.
And it says it's connected, and I have peak power or average power.
And then Jim's using this through a web browser. But did you say there was an app, or is it just go to the web browser on your phone?
No, they said there's an app.
Okay.
So this is active Power Nannies right now, apparently.
I don't see anything that looks
Oh,
like
yep.
that on
Share
my
this
screen.
tab. Sorry. It opened up a new tab.
And this is a new product. I don't think he's sold many of them yet.
Holland, because that's where he's from.
Netherlands, yeah. So, I mean, there might be 4 of these in existence. So the fact you're only seeing 3 or 4 people.
London, Paris.
Can you click on it and see like call signs and station info?
F2GL in Paris, G2 OPA in London. And if we zoom in, there's about 4 or 5 people I see in Holland.
I'm gonna call Bricker out in a minute. He said he feels like this is a problem looking for a solution. So maybe he was picking up on the Jim vibes, but
Bricker is my people.
We need to innovate. We need to
Bricker
do
is my
new
people.
things. You know, when Steve Jobs invented the tablet, there was absolutely no use for it. He said it himself. I don't know what use case this thing has, and now they're everywhere and they're extremely useful.
True. And Jobs actually said that. That is a true statement. So here is my link, since I'm active. I don't know why it doesn't show my call there, but when I clicked myself, it pops up this. Can you see the window it popped up?
I click myself. I want you to
Yeah,
click
it shows
me.
up.
Yeah, I can see it.
So this is the social feature. Look who's talking. And there's a link to my QRZ page.
So can I see your RF power output?
No, it just shows what frequency I'm on and what band. And a time date, which I assume is about now or when I keyed up last.
So it's got a frequency counter built into it also.
Yes.
Because you didn't tell it what frequency you're on. It just detected that.
Correct.
RF.
That's correct.
Nice. And was it accurate?
Key up again and see how accurate it is. Yeah. So this here, okay. So that's these settings here. This drop down lets us adjust those. And then over here, that flips us to this screen, which I have running, but it, captured and current. Okay. All right.
So you went to that world map. Can you share out that world map URL to everybody else so they can see you? Or did you already do that?
I did not.
I meant share the link in the chat, not share
the
screen.
Stand by. Link dropping. 3, 2, 1. Dropped.
Bam.
Dropped. Oh. Okay. Drop. Thank you. So it's powernanny.nickstick.nl/LWT app. And it's in the chat. I assume it'll just pop up for anybody. I don't know that this is a feature I would actually use. I totally agree with Bricker on this one. I don't really feel the need to know who's using their radio at the moment, but.
Well, I think at some point that's going to get better when there's more than 5 people that have these.
Right. And you said this is a really new product.
Yeah, I think literally I'm not joking about there being 5 people that have these things.
So
You being
this,
number 5.
yeah, going back to this screen here, which I never went off of. So this is the logged data, and this is capture once per TX or capture all measurements. So yeah, it's showing my SWR as 6, which is interesting. So let me grab a dummy load and disconnect the antenna. And I also don't know how the tuner's affecting this.
Your tuner should be off if you're, well, I guess with your antenna you don't know. So if you are radio, then tuner, then nanny, then antenna, you're seeing the actual antenna's SWR. The tuner makes the radio happy, remember? The antenna
Yeah.
doesn't care what your SWR is.
All
So your
right.
radio will see one to one, and your tuner will be what it legitimately is.
Let's see. We don't need the antenna.
Does that 7200 have an internal tuner? I don't remember.
It does. It's like 3 to 1.
Okay.
And I need one more cable, which is here. And we'll hook this bad boy to a dummy load because it's still booming here. I really don't need to be playing with the radio right now. It's just asking the thunder gods to smite me. This is the, I love this. This is the MFJ dummy load / power meter.
The Carlos one?
This guy?
Yeah, that's the Carlos one.
I
That's
thought
the
it
one that
was.
you lost the FT8 off with.
Yeah. And so I've got it in dummy load mode. I don't think I have to put power on that. It should dummy load without electricity. I think the
it dummy
power is
loads
just for
without
the light.
electricity.
Yeah.
That one I think the power does something more than that, but not for the dummy load portion.
Probably for the meter, maybe. I don't know. All right. So let's key up. Now, see, now my SWR says it's like a bazillion to 1.
You gotta turn the tuner off. You got a bad tune.
Well, I have to take the tuner out of the circuit
Right.
completely. There we go. It just needed to be retuned for the dummy load. Okay. Yeah, see, now we don't have any reflected power.
It says that in the table at the top of the screen.
Well, it's all green.
Okay.
So there's no red. The red was the reflected power. Green is the forward power. But what's interesting is it doesn't seem to be updating this table as I key.
So you have to go back out and come back in to see the updated data.
I guess, yeah. And then you can export this table as well. I don't know what file it's going to make. It just says download. Okay. Oh, it's a CSV file. Okay. So you can make your own graphs, which is nerdy and cool. So if we go back. Yeah.
So good SWR. Okay, that makes sense based on what your radio configuration was, what your antenna system was. Look at that, air quotes.
Yeah, I like that. That's very professional.
So that was that you're still on your CW key.
Yeah.
Do you have your mic handy?
Yeah.
So you're on a dummy load.
Is,
just switch it over to USB and go audio.
This
you can
isn't.
Watch it.
This screen is not updating. It's seeing it because we've got the green graph going across the bottom.
You got the wigglies.
Yep. All right. Let me switch it out of CW. Audio. And Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. Let me use my field day voice. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey.
That is why CW 5 watts is stronger than voice, because you're getting full whiskeys out. Look at that. I'm using ham radio terms.
I'm going to set me to 100, and I'm going to do voice again. This is my normal talking voice. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey.
There you go. You can see the
Whiskey
tango.
Tango 1 whiskey. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey.
Yeah, your 1 whiskey doesn't show up at all.
Yeah, the scale probably. Let's see.
Because your tango gets you 100 watts.
Yeah.
This should flutter as you're talking. This ought to be neat to watch.
Let's see. Where's the
This is actually a really good tool for a new ham, because when my girls were getting on the air, it was like, you've got to speak up. You've got to talk with authority. You've got to put some fire in that wire. And they're like, KM9G, is anybody out there? And I'm like, nobody can hear that. Nobody. All right, key up in this voice. Give us your WT1W.
Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey.
I saw 13.
That's auto scaling. Let me turn off auto scale and set it to just 100.
I saw 13 was the biggest number, and you're at 100 watts now?
Yeah, that was auto scaling, so I don't know how well his auto scaling works. This is on a 100-watt scale now. This is me talking in my normal voice. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. The top of the scale should be 100 watts at this point. Whiskey Tango 1 whiskey. I don't think his math is right. It's like it didn't change the scale.
It's like a 10x. So when it says 10, it really means 100.
Audio, maybe.
There you go. There you go.
Audio. But that's still
give it some OM.
Audio. Oh. Audio. We're probably chasing away everybody here. So
I'm hooked. I want to see this thing.
Let's see. Yeah, that's nothing there. Let's go to peak power. That was average power. Sample time in milliseconds. So let's.
North 49 radio. I can't tell you what you're watching, bro.
Right. I know. I'm sorry. We're testing stuff and it's awkward.
My new ringtone, Doc Brad's got you going, audio.
No,
Doc,
Lord.
I want to hear it.
Nessun dorma. Nessun dorma. That's all I remember in Italian. Audio. Yeah, that's an opera. It's from Turandot. Audio. 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 I mean, I'm damn near yelling in this microphone, boys, and I'm only getting 42.
Cimbocelli.
Ho. Hello. Testing. 1, 2, 3. Wife, I'm fine. You may ignore any noise you hear. Audio. Audio. But the point that Steve made is correct. You may have the radio turned on 100 watts, but your modulation has a huge effect on this, and also compression on the radio, because that will help to some amount. And I don't know about you guys, but I never have sat down and fooled with setting compression. I just kind of put it in the middle and I move on. Life would be better if you actually fixed it. Yeah.
How far you hold the mic from your mouth. And I've heard people, like, I talk across the mic instead of talking directly into the mic.
Audio. Audio. Audio.
And Joe Brett's got that, give it the thumbs distance from your chin.
Well, this is what we talked about, like this in the fire department, 1.5 to 2 inches away from your mouth. The new kids.
I saw
42. Audio. So
that's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot more settings you can do to tweak this to get the scale right and everything, but it's just 30 minutes out of the box. This is what we do on Nuggets. We don't know what we're doing, and we have fun doing it together.
Yep. And this looks to be the world's collection of these gadgets. And I assume that they're not online right now. Well, yeah, because it's like Dark 100 in the Netherlands and France right now.
You're red, and you were last on in the last few seconds, and they're a different color.
Yeah.
Did you need to set the megahertz? No, it reads it from the wire. It reads from the frequency counter. From this view, this website, can I click on your name and then see what your power is?
That's wrong. I'm not on 60 meters.
What
I haven't
frequency does
moved.
it say?
It says 5.597. I'm on 40 right now. I'm on 7078.
Huh. When you go back to the main page, what frequency does it say you're on? That page there, yeah.
Audio.
That looks good.
Audio. Yeah. That's reading it right. Is this box getting hot? The box is nice and cool.
Yeah.
I would not recommend touching the metal box while you're transmitting.
Try it.
I don't think so. There's a limit to what I'll do for you guys.
It should be connected to the ground side of the antenna.
Audio.
Yeah,
Audio.
oh, I see it. When you first key up, it's got your frequency a little off, and then it nails it. So it
Yeah.
depends on when it uploads.
Test. 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 Test.
Oh, there's the whistle. I saw 60 something.
For a $25 super chat, I will touch the box while I'm keying to my channel. I don't know about Steve's channel. Steve's not the one touching it.
Hands free. The chat has gone 12-year-old.
Oh, of course they have.
Run FTA through it. That's going to be the same as CW or AM.
Yeah.
I doubt you're set up for FT8 right there, are you?
That's why I had it on CW, because we get a clean carrier and I don't have to make a jackass of myself more than normal.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. So what are you doing now? CW again?
That's CW.
60 at 100-watt setting? 60?
Am I? Yeah, I'm only getting 60 now.
Huh.
The meter says 75 on the radio.
You're gonna have to talk with
let me change bands.
With old Mike.
Let's go to 80. Band.
Is $25 the price on this thing, Bricker?
No, I think it's like 135.
I was gonna say, I mean, the metal case is probably $25 empty.
According to the shipping document, the value is 135 euros.
Customs, yeah. The government's got to get their pound of flesh out of every single thing we do.
Yeah, if this is $25, I'll probably buy one.
At least twice.
Not the only one, but and the beauty of this is you can see this remotely, right? I can web into this over. Remember we talked about remote computer stuff yesterday on my show. This is on my network. I can web into it from wherever I'm at. I use my VPN and jump right into it directly. All right, so I changed to 80 meters and I'm set at 100. And I'm not on CW mode. There we go. Yeah, I'm not getting anything. That's the most I'm getting out of it. The tuner says 75 watts. Let's see. Let's change the radio display.
Doesn't give data to Node-RED. You said there was an API, didn't you? You were talking about Python earlier, Jim.
Yeah, apparently they've got an open API where you can.
Yeah, so you can Node-RED this. You can if this then that this.
Yeah.
If radio transmitting, shoot operator.
Setting. Set meter. Oh, wrong button. Well, yeah, it's only giving me. This is saying 75 and that's saying 67. So I'd say they're close enough for government work. They agree.
So are you set to 100 on your radio and you're only getting 75
Yes.
out?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm having a sad moment right now.
Well, change bands. Change it over to 20 meters. You're on a dummy load, so you should be fine.
All right.
Because my 7100 did that.
All right, there's my power output on the radio, which I'd like to see. And there's CW, and I'm set at 100 watts. And this is showing 50 here.
What's it showing on the radio? 50 on the radio, 57 on the meter?
It's showing almost 100% on the radio.
Doc, he's on a ICOM 7200. If only he was on like a Zygu G90 or something, he'd get a full 20 out of it.
Yeah, it's like showing 80 watts out on the radio meter and 75 on the tuner and 62 there. When you have one watch, you know exactly what time it is. When you have a second clock, never exactly sure.
This is one of the problems I'm trying to fight my way through. I want to show good power output, but all of my power meters disagree.
Yeah. And I don't know what the price of this is. If it's truly 135 euros, that's about 135 US. Euros and US dollars are pretty close together.
That was like $1.06 or something.
Yeah, they're close.
Close enough.
Yeah. Unlike didgeridoo dollars or Timbit dollars. But
right.
And the pound is about twice of a dollar, I think, the pound sterling. But yeah, I don't know if I like this for $135. For $25, I'll buy two of them. But it's cool. I mean, you can keep if it's actually truly login data. Let's matter of fact, let's take a look at that.
I think we just got a new member.
Yes, we did. Ben Deleted 9155 has just become a GMRS level member. Let me
believe that Mr. Ben won something last week, if I remember correctly.
I think so too. Jody's saying the API documentation shows very simple HTTP GET commands.
Yeah,
Forward, reverse power, and frequency get returned, amongst other things. Easy node read.
Nice.
Chris, W8OX. Is everyone named Chris that watches these shows? I swear to God.
See, I can say it today without getting in trouble. We are Chris deep in this. We are Chris Flush.
Chris Flush.
Yeah.
And most of them seem to be fairly smart. If you want a calibrated power meter, you'll need an LP100.
Yeah, I like that LP100.
And
what is it, like $700?
Yeah, I don't want one that bad, Chris. And Doc Brad said most meters plus minus 5%, so that's a 10% swing indeed. I can't imagine any of this stuff is going to match exactly.
Not for ham prices, no.
Right. Now maybe if I pulled out the O-scope, we could get a real reading, but that's another show.
And that LP100 isn't even their flagship. I think they have like an LP700 also.
Dave, that is correct. You are not a Chris, nor have you ever been a Chris.
Dave, you could be christened. See what I did there?
And what's even funnier, Mrs. Steve's name is
not too pronounceable on stream. Too many
right.
syllables.
Anyway, someone has given us information. $1 US is 85 cents in euros and 0.72 GBP.
Great British pound. Pound sterling. Well, we're 4 minutes over, Jim. I think we did a good job on this. This looks really good. And the problem is, as always, is the price. And there's a nice metal case on this. You've got two SO239 connectors. You got an ESP32 in there. He's got the ability to power it over a JST connector. So he's got the JST connector that he had to break out, unless that's directly where it is on the ESP device that he chose. So yeah.
All right. So
where we're at.
I've been running this since it's only captured a few things.
That's because we don't know how to use it.
Captured 7. Oh, that's like a limit of measurements. So I've only captured 7. Okay. And I did export this. So let me pull up let's look at the data real quick.
See, Jim's excited. He wants to keep playing.
Well, no, I really want a Newport, but this is for science.
Jim.
This is for science. I actually don't smoke Newports.
So many comments I can't say right now. Oh, there must be some waste treatment rule in effect here because every place has porta potties,
And let's do
not bathrooms.
that. And let's do that. And share screen. And share that. So this is the data file that I captured. There you go. And so we have forward millivolts, forward watts. So forward millivolts, forward watts, forward dBm.
Nice. Those three numbers are interchangeable.
That doesn't make sense. You cannot, there's no way I had 112 dBm forward. That's like a terawatt or something. Like, really?
Are you on the right column?
Well, that's the third column.
I can't see any of it, but that's
Forward
three-inch
millivolts,
screen.
forward watt, forward dBm, and he's got me at 112.29 dBm, which is insanity. 50 reverse millivolts, 2078 reference dBm.
This guy just pulled over at the gas station across the street, got out his pyrometer, and measured his tire temps.
Oh yeah, that is I thought that was a comma. That's a period. You're right. Because I was like, if I'm shooting out 112 dBm, y'all, I'm sterile now. Would have been a good thing 14 years ago, but
yeah.
So anyway, there's all your data files. Your data, and you can tell it apparently how many data points to capture. And then as you're using the radio, it'll capture all that. So you could set up a more scientific test. And potentially, if you had a oscilloscope, calibrate your meter against your O-scope using the O-scope as a reference and get them to at least match.
So what are you calibrating your scope against?
You're hoping that the scope is more smart than this meter. That's all I got.
Right.
I don't have an official, reference to calibrate it against. But anyway.
Hey, he's right. YouTube has fixed itself. Everybody's names are back.
Huh. Isn't that strange? I thought Frank was just hallucinating.
No, YouTube's a fickle beast.
Indeed. All right. You got anything else, buddy?
Did we finish our agenda? Is it time to call the meeting adjourned?
Let's see, field day, Toad swap meet, RF Power Nanny, Steve's truck problems. Yes, we've covered everything.
Nice. Well, thank you to Chameleon for sending in the beanies to give away during the summer. We'll get these out as soon as possible, which is not tomorrow, but it is as soon as possible.
All right, I'm going to hit the button since Steve probably can't find the button at this point.
It's where the leave studio button normally is.
I know. William Dunn has been a member for 2 months. William, thank you.
Thank you, William.
And here goes the button. Engage. Have a good evening, guys. See y'all.
That's the guy that won.